What is up? It's your boy SH-TBLOCK, and this is Injustice: Gods Among Us, the Wii U game review from DC Comics, Warner Brother Games, and NetherRealm Studios, the people that brought you Mortal Kombat. And I'm going to get into all the stuff that goes on in this game. This is not a carbon copy of Mortal Kombat. This is its own kind of thing with its own button system that you really got to get used to, and there's reasons why they do that. So this is a story. I'm just going to let it play out. I feel it's very important, you know. It's I'll get into it in a little bit, but enjoy this first thing.
The nuke. Where'd you get it?
What? You want one? Copy that.
Get away from him. I'm handling this. You drugged me! Made me...
Lois, my son.
First Krypton, now Metropolis. People you love tend to blow up, don't they?
Huh? Superman, don't!
That's why I like you, Superman. You're much more gullible than...
Now, I didn't want to give too much away of what was going on, but basically there's a couple different dimensions, and you know, you got to figure out what's going on with Superman and the different worlds and some weird alliances that come about. The story itself is great CG, comic style, awesome cinematics, and like voice acting, and then you add in like the fights. It does kind of seemed rushed. Like here's the fight scene. They have like their little cinematic, and now they're gonna go into fighting, and that's how the story goes. It's a great. I mean, it's great to play the story and see everything and all the acting and stuff like that. I do feel it like it's a little rushed, but it's awesome, and I would advise anybody to try it out. The button system is a lot different. This is a thing that you do. This is a wager. You could do this online. You could do this, in, you know, any of the modes. You know, the button system is not like, you know, Mortal Kombat. It's totally different, and I let Batman. He'll tell you.
I'm in a nightmare.
Yep. Yeah. But okay, so this is the battles. Now, the regular battles, kind of like, you know, the tower from Mortal Kombat. You pick your character. I had to go with Green Arrow. I like the TV show. He's kind of like my favorite character of not my ultimate favorite character, but he is definitely up there, favorite character. So and he's like just well-rounded, but nothing. He's not outstanding at anything. So I was like, yeah, let me pick this guy, and I didn't really practice. You can train. You can do a lot of different things. This is me doing the tower, and these are just highlights. Graphically, this game is awesome. The play control, there's a couple things that gets wonky, and there's not a block button. You have to just hold back or hold down back for like low block. There is it's like, you know, light, medium, and hard, and then the A button for the Wii U would be your special power, which every character is different. Sometimes it's like a buff or debuff kind of power. You know, it's needed because these guys are superheroes and they do some cool things. But overall, you know, it takes some getting used to. And these are like a transition. Every level has transitions where you get a lot of points and knocks the person into a different part of the level. This is a la Mortal Kombat. These two characters I'm showing you Killer Frost and Aries. They weren't really like announced in or like anything. Like of all the characters that are here, these weren't even announced at all. And Killer Frost is actually really good, quick. This is her like finisher, but it's not a finisher. You can do these as long as you get your meter gauge up, which is another thing, and you can also burn off your meter gauge. This is Aries. I think his not finisher, but like finisher a la Superpower is pretty cool in the game, and you'll see it. You know, he's a weird kind of character because as big as he is, he's kind of like he can dominate from far away. Killer Frost is really acrobatic, and she's got a lot of cool combos and the air dash. You know, it's not as gruesome, obviously, and like gut-wrenching as this is the Aries finisher, which I think is pretty cool. Some of them are cooler than others, but I kind of think this is cool. And it's pretty badass. But you know, their endings and their intros are all the same, and it stays the same. I think they should get some variety in this. Now, these Star Lab missions, there's like 240 of these things. Obviously, the one that you're going to see is the first one. It's really easy to do, but they get kind of hard, and to get 3 stars in all of them, and the more stars you get, the more you move on. But you technically don't have to get all the stars to move on to the next you know, superhero or supervillain. But you know, the game is pretty. Some of the fighting can be a little tough. This is Superman Superpower. You probably saw this in the commercials, but it's pretty badass. And you know, I just think what I'm going to show you right now is all the battles, and there's like 20 different things once you unlock all the different battles. Now, this is me online. You got ranked matches, and then you got like Survivor, King of the Hill, and player match. This is my first match ever. And the one thing is, even though you have friends, you can't really group up. It's just a randomized thing, which is kind of weird. I got a different outfit for Green Arrow through my trials and tribulations, and I didn't really know all his powers, and you know, I kind of played the game and then got used to the game, and then but online, you know, playing with somebody else is always totally different. So this is a crapshoot of who's gonna win and all this stuff, and I know what I could do good with my character, but I don't know all his like combos and stuff, so I'm still like heavy on the powers at this point. You know, this, you know, to play the game, everybody can play the game. It's a fighting game. It's cool, but this is for hardcore, and for this is, you know, an intense kind of game. If you go online, you want to fight, you know, you're going to be fighting, and you really got to know your character, because people can. I got my ass handed to me, and I've handed people's their own thing too. The first match I'm showing you. The other 2 matches I'm going to show you kind of like the endings, what I did good and bad. But you know, he tries to hit me with her superpower. I blocked it, and then I'm like, all right. So I hit him with my superpower, and this is it. It's flashy. Doesn't do the most damage, but it's unblockable. But he has to be somewhere, you know, in that vicinity. If they are away from that blast zone, then they can get away from it. But you know, I win my first match ever online, which I was like, yeah, buddy. And this is my ending. It's kind of like the lamer endings of most people, but you know, Green Arrow all the way. a lot of people are using Deathstroke, man, and I got my butt handed to me with a couple of people using Deathstroke. And he's got like a crazy sword slash that stops people, and he's got and then he could outshoot a lot of people from far away, different things. So I hit him with my thing to cap it off, but then he hits me with his right here, and he finishes me, and it's a pretty good finisher. And I lose my second match, but this was it was a good match, man. You can see that and if you saw the guy's thing, he's like level 33 at the time, so he was playing this all day. And I'm at level 11, and that goes offline and online, like your overall levels, but then your ranks online is totally different. And this is my third match ever. During the first couple days, I was playing like the guys that are on like the top 100 a lot, and I have a negative record as of right now, but I did get a lot of wins and a lot of close battles. The multiplayer, the online, there is voice chat, there is kind of like text chat. It's kind of limited. The other online modes are pretty cool. You know, King of the Hill is kind of like you stay, whoever keeps winning stays, and then you get like your thing. Survivor's like you kill an opponent, and then whatever life you have left, then the next opponent comes in. I really like the game. It's totally different than Mortal Kombat, different feel, different vibe. I would say definitely get it, although the DLC and the Red Sun is not coming, which is kind of annoying. But besides that, I mean, it wasn't on the launch for pre-orders, which, you know, that's not cool. But besides that, I would say tell anybody, like, pick this game up. It's awesome. Peace!